Hi guys, my name is Beatrice. If this is your first time watching, welcome to BEA'S Creations, a place where I create sewing videos every single Wednesday. Also on this channel, I plan on sharing what I've been doing for my natural hair over the years. Like I said before, right now I'm really focusing on sewing, so I don't have any hair care videos yet, but that's coming up. If you are watching this and haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button below, like and comment. Let me know what you think of my videos. This is only my second video on YouTube. Say hi and let me know what you would like to see next. And for all my natural girls out there, let me know how soon you want me to start posting videos about natural hair. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I create this beautiful top that I'm wearing. Yes, you guys, I'm so in love with how this turned out. I got the fabric at my local Joann's fabric store. It's a lightweight denim fabric. I love this fabric. I love the color of it. It fits so well for the season right now. I love all the different colors. Yeah, to make this top, I used McCall's pattern 8094. It was so easy to follow. The top is a semi-fitted top with buttons up front. I love the sleeve, the puff sleeves, with elastic on the upper and lower edges of the sleeves. It's just so cute, you guys. If you are interested in seeing how I create this, please keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. I've already cut out all the pattern pieces, then I've cut the fabric off camera. To begin sewing the top, I'm starting with stay stitching the side edge of the front, pattern piece number 1. I did the same for the other side. I went ahead and I folded pattern piece number 2 in half lengthwise. I'm stitching 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, back stitch to the beginning, leaving the ends open. I've already turned the loop right side out. I've also cut the loop into 5 sections. I tack each loop together 5/8 of an inch from the raw edges. Then I've pinned them to the right side of the front, matching the small circle. Now I'm using a basting stitch to attach the loops to the front. Next, I'm pinning both side pieces to both front pieces with right side together. Stitching 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, back stitch to the beginning and back stitch to the end. I clip the seams at the waist Then I gave them a good press. Next, I'm pinning both sides back to the back section together. I'm stitching 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, back stitch to the beginning and back stitch to the end. Now I'm clipping at the waist so that the seam allowances lay flat when I press them. Next, I'm pinning front and back together at the side seam. I'm stitching 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, back stitch to the beginning and back stitch to the end. I've already clipped at the waist, then give it a good press. Next, I'm folding the extension piece, which is pattern piece number 6, in half lengthwise with right side together. I pinned and then stitched the ends. I've already trimmed the seam allowance, then I turned it right side out. I gave it a good press, then I basted the raw edges. Next, I'm stitching the extension piece to the left side of the front. To begin sewing the sleeves, I'm stitching here to reinforce the inner corner of the sleeves, pivoting at the small circles. Next, I open out one of the folded edge of the single fold bias tape. I lightly pressed out the crease, then I pin the tape to the shoulder edge of the sleeve. Now I'm stitching along the crease line. Then I trim the seam allowance even with the bias tape. Now I turn the bias tape to inside along the seam. I'm going to give it a good press, then stitch close to the lower edge to form the casing for the elastic. And that's how that looks. Next, I'm going to stitch the underarm seam like so. Now I'm making the elastic casing for the lower part of the sleeve. I've already pinned the tape where my marking is. I pinned it the same way I did for the upper edge of the sleeve. I flip the tape down, then I'm going to stitch close to the lower edge of the sleeve. And that's how that looks. To cut the elastic, I'm using pattern piece number 10. Then I cut 2 pieces for the upper edge of the sleeve. I'm using a safety pin to insert the elastic through the casing cap. I extended the end to 5/8 of an inch. Now I'm stitching, making sure to catching in the elastic. Next, I'm using pattern piece number 11 to cut the elastic for the lower part of the sleeves. I'm going to insert it in the same way I did earlier for the upper edge of the sleeves, using a safety pin. And that's how that looks. I went ahead, I applied the fusible interfacing to the front facing. Then I pinned the facing to the upper edge of the top with right side together. I pinned it over the sleeves and over the extensions. I'm stitching 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, back stitch to the beginning, then pivoting at the end. I've already trimmed the seam allowance, then I understitch the facing all around. I'm going to tack the facing to the side seams like so. Then I will hem the bottom and both sleeves. I did this part off camera. I did a folded hem on the sleeves. And also hemmed the bottom. And that's how that looks. I'm all done. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you on my next video.